Peace, love, and blessings, fam. All right, back in this thing. So, the day prior, on Monday, we spoke about your definition of love. Then yesterday, we talked about if you actually love yourself and if you apply that definition of love to yourself and where you got that definition from. So, today, what I want to ask is, what are you expecting the individual to bring to the table? Many a times we jump into relationships without any conversation, without any expression of what we are seeking from the other person. It's almost like, the best way I can explain it is giving an individual a warning label of what you come with and what you expect. So in many cases, individuals may be dealing with certain traumas in life, such as abandonment. So if at any point in time they are feeling insecure, for lack of a better word, about the smallest or the largest thing, then you respond because the individual is not reacting how you expect them to, even though you haven't expressed to them how you need them to respond or how you would like them to respond in the situation. So we have to start acknowledging the fact that there are certain things that we like, want, or need in life. And if you don't express that to an individual, they don't know how to deal with it. There is not much communication in the beginning of relationships today as it used to be in the days of courting, where a person understands, okay, you have this going on, and the best way we can come to a compromise on this is to hash out whatever needs to be worked out. Now, I started first with what you seek from a person. The biggest thing, which is overlooked in most cases, what are you bringing to the table? You can't be expecting somebody to come and save you. You can't be expecting somebody to come and pay all your bills, to just move you in, to just deal with all the baggage that you carrying, and you not bringing nothing to the table. So if you got, and I mean this sincerely on both aspects, are you bringing good conversation to the table? Are you bringing an intellectual skill that your partner can appreciate? Or are you bringing debt? Are you bringing old child support? Are you bringing old medical bills? Are you bringing hereditary health issues? We have to get to a point of discussing these things, because when you get in a relationship with an individual and you don't understand what's going on, you feel betrayed to an effect, as though like, man, you knew you had this going on, but you ain't tell me nothing. It's almost just like in an instance where two partners have an agreement. The other partner steps outside of that agreement. If you're not willing to open up and tell that partner what took place, you're not even giving that partner the opportunity to decide if they want to deal with that. So it works the same way. Everything has to be reciprocal. What are you expecting the other individual to bring to the table, and what do you bring to the table? Because if they don't match up, you can't be mad at the other individual for saying they can't move forward with you. If the individual has a perspective that they don't want children, and you're telling them you don't want children, but then on the back end you really do, confusion is going to be created later on, but you're still going to blame the other person and say, well, you knew I wanted kids. No, they did not. The person knew what you told them. You knew what your ulterior motive was in your mind, and you were not mature enough to speak on that. So I can't even find the word I'm looking for because I'm so turned up right now. But the main thing that has to be focused on in understanding what you bring to the table and what you want the other person to bring to the table is communication. So often, people jump directly into the bed. Let's be real. People jump directly into the horizontal poker without any communication. And then they feel like, oh, because we, tangoed a little bit, that we're in a relationship now. If that other person is not receptive of that, you can't then be mad at them. And you have to be consistent. Some of the individuals in today's world are very free, very open. They live a life of non-monogamy. So if you are wanting monogamous relationship and the other person is not, and y'all have not discussed that, there is going to be confusion. So a lot of the things as far as relationships should be spoken about to avoid confusion, because many a times it's just a emotional connection, a sensual connection, and there's really not anything solid as far as a foundation there. So we have to be able to understand this. We have to be able to recognize this. So many times I've seen friends go to a club, jump into having a little fun after the club, and then they expect, well, we did it, why don't they want me? Because you've already given them what they want. They've shown you who they may be. But now there has to be communication on, hey, is this what you want? I can speak of one individual in my life. Long story short, there was a situation. They came to live with me. We kept everything platonic. They were friends. We were helping each other out. One day, one thing led to another. As mature adults, she approached me and asked, where do we go from here? If you want to continue being friends, then cool. If you want to be friends with benefits, then cool. If you want a relationship, I would love a relationship with you, but I need to know where I stand in order to know how I operate. And that is the key. Understanding where you stand in order to operate in the best fashion. Because if it don't fit to your paradigm, then it's not going to work. You cannot force the other individual to change. The individual will only change when they are ready or they see a need. And many a times, people don't see a need to change unless it's presented to them as something that is a sense of discord in what is attempting to be created. So again, what do you bring to the table? What are you expecting the other individual to bring to the table? Because if you bring in drama, contention, stress, over-aggression, toxic masculinity or femininity, because it's real. Let's be honest. It's time to cut all the BS and equally come to terms that both males and females have some of these same issues. We're going to alleviate the bias. Everybody wants to be on the same level, so let's operate there. There's no bias. If a man can be a whore, then a woman can be a whore. Let's keep it real. If you disagree with it, hey, these are my opinions. But it's time to come to a point of maturity to where we operate from a stance of unconditional love. So if it's okay for me, then it's okay for you. So if I'm bringing nothing to the table, how can I expect you to bring something to the table? Think about that. I remember T.D. Jakes saying that, a lot of these women come to men and they see him doing good. They see he has a nice house. They see he has a nice vehicle. He may or may not have children. And then they come in off of welfare. Not that it's wrong. Some people need it. For those of you who are handicapped by it and depend on it, time to jump out there and put your potential to work. Stop letting other people use you and stop letting other people market you and monetize yourself. So they bring wealth. They come with welfare. They come only knowing how to spend money, not knowing how to save, not knowing how to make, not knowing how to invest. T.D. Jakes said, stay away from us. We don't need you. We don't want you, because all you're going to do is bring us down, and then you're going to look at us to fix the situation that you created because you wasn't ready for what you stepped into. So again, what do you want the person to bring to the table? If you're in a relationship right now, you and your partner need to seriously sit down. Draw out some things. Write it out. Hey, this is what I would like. This is what I would like to achieve. This is #goals. These are the goals I want to see in my life. And if we can't align on the same page, then maybe it's best we just be friends. Again, within saying that, also write down what you bring to the table and be honest with yourself. Because transparency is key in any type of relationship, not just a physical relationship or a partnership between individuals. That's at a job, that's in a romantic relationship, that's in family relationships. Transparency goes a long way. So, thanks again for listening. Take the time, write out what you want brought to a relationship, but most intently, write out what you bring to the relationship. Because in a relationship, you're not supposed to control the partner. You're supposed to control yourself. Peace.